there are two different kinds of motivation. There is the everyday dopamine spike where it's like, oh, I saw this thing on the internet that I want to try out. Like, oh, this guy's ripped. Let me go on a diet, or let me try this exercise routine, or let me invest in this cryptocurrency. And then there's a motivation that actually creates change. And from what I've seen, the motivation that actually creates change is rooted in something that is like so painful that you have no other option to just go. And every time I've turned my motivation into discipline was from like a severe, specific thing that happened that just changed the outcome of my mind and changed the way I execute and changed the way I think about the world. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Jack. I'm an 18-year-old entrepreneur. I come on here and talk about, I feel like this camera angle's messed up. Sorry. But I come on here and talk about what I'm doing to grow my business and the lessons I'm learning along the way. And today I want to talk about motivation, because I think motivation is something that's so commonly talked about on the internet. A lot of people have flawed perceptions of it. I personally don't like to talk about motivation because I don't think it's relevant, because at the end of the day, it comes down to discipline and just executing on a day in and day out basis when you don't feel like it. So I try to stay away from this topic. But I was thinking about this because the other day, I have a younger sister, right? My mom was asking me, like, how do I get her motivated to, like, start her bit, because my sister does, like, baking and stuff. My mom wants her to go, like, put out flyers, because I said she should put out flyers, go door to door. You know, I did that when I was younger, when I used to mow lawns, and I was like, I think that's a good way to start. And my mom's like, how do I get her motivated to, like, go do that? And it made me almost mad when she said get her motivated, because, like, what does that even mean, right? And when I try to, like, I wanted to try to help, right, to actually give, like, a solution of, like, okay, this is how you get motivated. But then I think about all the times that I've been motivated. What is going on with my phone right now? I have the least professional YouTube setup of all time. This is actually brutal. I was thinking about the times that I actually got motivated and made a change, right? And there's a severe distinction between the times where I just got motivated and then got motivated and stuck with it. And there are two, like, pivot points, in my opinion, that really changed my life. The first one was when I started working out consistently and dieting consistently. And the second one was when I started day trading. And they both came from, like, very specific, like, pain points that it's like, I have no other option but to change my life. And I think, you know, people get motivation all the time. Like I was talking about earlier in the video, like, you see some dude that's ripped and you want to get jacked all of a sudden. Or you see someone that's rich and you want to, like, start a business all of a sudden. And once it gets hard, or once you don't feel like it anymore, you just go back to your old habits. And that's why I think motivation fucking sucks. But if you're getting motivation from, like, a deep pain point, then you can actually ride that out, and you have no other option but to be disciplined. So for my example, when I first started, like, I started consistently working out and dieting my sophomore year. It's when I actually made a change to my physique. From probably 8th grade to my sophomore year, I was on and off. Like, I couldn't stick with it for more than a week. I tried random diets. Because I was always kind of like a little chubby growing up, and I tried random diets and stuff. And then I actually got kind of fat over the pandemic. I played a little bit too much Fortnite, and then it was actually, like, I was actually pretty fat. And I was talking to this girl, whatever, and it didn't work out. Long story short, she started going around telling all these people that I was fat. And I was like, wow. Like, the feeling I felt was like, this fucking sucks. I don't ever want to feel like this again. So what did I do? That's when I stuck with it. And there was just no looking back. Like, that's what it took to get me to stay disciplined. And it's like, that kind of motivation can actually build discipline in you to the point where it's like, even on the days you don't feel like it, you just think back to that pain point. You're like, I gotta do it anyway. And I think that's the difference between the daily dopamine spike motivation and, like, motivation that actually creates change. And I don't, like, it's almost the opposite for a lot of people, because when they go through something like that, they might just feel like shit. and they might just resort to vices, and they might just like be sad about it and just stay fat forever. But if you look at a lot of the most successful people, the most successful athletes, the most successful business people, the most successful artists, etc., like a lot of them, like, they're fueled by like a dark place. And that sounds so corny, but like most success, like a lot of successful people that if you study, like their come up story started when they just got like shit on for whatever reason. They got shit on for their finances, they got shit on for their body, they got shit on for like whatever, and then they used that, and that was like their earliest form of motivation. And I think, like, for the example of my sister, like, how can she get motivated? It's like, it's so much harder to get into something and build discipline when you don't have that kind of like that thing you're running from, like that dark, like, I feel like shit, like when you're not, or I'm trying to prove this person wrong, or like whatever, when you're not trying to escape that, it makes it like the beginning is just so much harder, because like you have to build like superhuman discipline right away, versus when you have like an event that sucks, or somebody like is mean to you, or like whatever. All the examples I've covered, it's like you can just ride that out for a little bit, and then you start getting better, and then you start getting disciplined, and then you can just, like, guys, when I go to the gym now, like, I'm not thinking about that girl who called me fat 3 years ago. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm just disciplined, and the gym's a part of my life now. So it's like, when you can get past that, like, motivation stage, then the discipline's just easier. So that's why I think it's really important to start with that kind of, like, dark, like, and guys, I still use, like, trust me, I have so much dark shit to use as fuel. Like, people shit on me all the time for everything. Like, why are you doing this business? Like, why are you dropping out of college? Why are you, like, dude, shut the fuck up. I don't care. And I just use that, and it's like, it's a chip on my shoulder. You need that. So, yeah, I think that, like, so many people have, like, deep forms of pain, but they use it the wrong way. They use it and they go, like, drink, or they go, like, just give up on their, like, they just, like, that's what losers do, bro. The most powerful people can use a shitty thing that happens to them and, like, just change their life. And, like I said, the 2 times that I've, like, completely pivoted the direction of my life was from something really shitty, or what felt like really shitty in the time, happening to me. So that's how you get motivated. And obviously, like, discipline's a whole different talk. My whole fucking channel is about being disciplined, pretty much, and just showcasing what discipline does and all that. But, like, to get started, you need some shit sometimes. You need some real, I wonder if I'm not getting YouTube views because I curse, or just because my stuff sucks. I don't know. I've probably sweared a little bit too much in this video, so I apologize. But I'm passionate about this topic, guys, because, like, I know what this can do. So it's like, you have to use that, like, that terrible thing that happens to you, and just, like, pivot off it, bro. You gotta get, and if you don't have that, then it's really hard. So the next time you have something that really sucks, or really feels terrible, don't resort to, like, you know, all the bad things you could resort to, because it's a lot easier to just resort to all those bad things and just, like, feel sorry for yourself than it is to, like, be like, fuck this, I'm gonna change my life. So, yeah, that's the talk for today. Subscribe for more.